What is going on, YouTube? We are just getting started with a little Amazon FBA Q&A. We got the TikTok live right here. Just got back on. Missed the call, but I'll re-watch the playback. Let's go, 4chan. Glad everything's okay, brother. And yes, I will be posting the recording to today's call. I'll be doing that later after I get off live. What about Amazon's own logistic for freight forwarding? Not a big fan. Bro, Luke, I'm sorry. Why are you sorry, bro? If Amazon asks for bill on sign up, can I use my bank statement? You should be able to. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean manifested? On what? My guy, dang, 15K is wild work. Yes, Chris is referring to... Oh, man. Why is that manifested? Tell me why. Drop in the chat, my guy. But yeah, Chris in the YT chat is referring to a video that we were just talking about it on our mentorship call about 30 minutes ago. I made a video about it because my students told me to. This girl, she paid 15 grand for a course to learn how to sell on Amazon. She launched the product and I like that, 4chan. But she launched a product, said it did well, but then started getting hit with the returns. The interesting thing is like, the thing with that video is like she kind of puts blame, puts a little bit of blame on the fact that nobody mentioned that like returns are a thing. And so she had a really bad return rate. Now, what really bothered me and why I made a video response to her video was the fact that, like, okay, you go through the problem. I don't think it's a blame game per se, because there's reasons why the product also didn't really perform well. But hold on, sorry, reading all these questions. So there was other reasons why the product didn't do well, but paid 15K for the program, and then they kicked her out of the program when started asking questions. So I thought that was wild. So I put out the flare. I put out the SOS to see maybe can help her, and if she would be down, I would document what I would do to help her, because she already put her product on blast. So I think that would be cool if she reaches out. I threw out the invitation. If you guys want to see that, where I document seeing if I can help turn her account around and even sell some of her inventory that got returned, because like my mind's going. She has this very small window of opportunity. I would say she has about 2 weeks to capitalize on it. I'll give her that advice if she messages me back. That's not true, manifested, brother. And I know that that's not true because there's two sides of this, bro. There's a season for everything. Like I had a student, she told me that she was going to do this prior to even joining, but the price of the program was actually about to increase back in the day, like it's about to tomorrow, or in 2 days. And she really wanted to lock in that price, but she's like, Luke, I'm going to school. I have so much going on right now. I'm going to get my, I think, nursing school. And I was like, hey, you can always start, join now. And when you're ready, get rocking and rolling. 1 year later, she was ready. She's been in quite a few of the group call lessons now, been in the lives. So I get that side of it. But then there's also the side of like, bro, I was working 12-hour days, spending an hour a day at the gym. And then I was also like meal prepping because I was in that mode. And I still had time to like work on the business and stuff. If like, for example, manifested, if you were to write out everything that you did last week for me on a piece of paper, or if you were to write down everything that you're doing this week on a piece of paper, I would bet that I can find at least 2 to 5 hours a week where, and I'm talking everything. Like I went and ate a snack at this time. I watched a little bit of YouTube at this time. I watched a little bit of TikTok this time. And I bet I could find you 2 to 5 hours throughout your week. Isn't your mentorship 2K? It is for the next day and a half, Hamid. It's going up in price, bro. And by the way, Hamid, that video that I'm referring to, and anyone who's like, what is he talking about? My second to last video, I made a stitch of this other lady's video where essentially she got she got a little cooked on Amazon. So yeah, and she paid $15K for a program. Hook me up with a CPA. I can't give away my CPA, and the only reason behind that is not because I'm gatekeeping him, is because I only get access to him because my cousin has him on payroll. It's like his CPA. I can give you other recommendations from like some of my business partners' CPAs. Ridster, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. I like how you help people. Also, how much information you are giving us every live. Thank you. Of course, Iman. How are you doing your books? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, books for taxes. Do you offer PPC training? I offer the most in-depth PPC ad training there is. Hey, I got my product in. I'm ready to create a shipment. Do you have a video on how to create a GTIN? Lakers, you're in the program, right? You are, yeah? I do have videos. How to get a product ID is the section name in the program. And then also sections on GS1 codes and how to create a shipment. Or a listing, sorry, not a shipment. Or the UPC sent to Amazon for them to scan. No, you use a UPC code to create your listing. I go over it in the create a listing section of the program. Is that okay though? I'm just worried if I split between TikTok and Amazon, I'm going to fail, but I haven't been wanting at least to start putting a few hours. Bro, manifested. The fact that like you have to assume right now that TikTok is banned because it's not saved. The ban is just delayed. We just assume, hope for the best, assume the worst. So the fact that we have 60 something days left of TikTok and you haven't been trying to shift gears to go over to Amazon, I think is a huge, huge, huge missed opportunity. Like, for example, I've been using these last few months trying to build up other platforms, trying to, shift some of our strategies that I use with TikTok, whether for the Amazon business or this business. So that's one thing. Number two, worried about splitting your time. Brother, you're creating a brand. So go ask myself if it was a waste to split my time between Amazon, Shopify, and TikTok, and how much all those other platforms benefited me. Go ask Airstick, who's in the live right now, how much it was a waste of time that he split his time between TikTok and Amazon. Had he not done TikTok, which would be splitting his time, right? He started on Amazon, went over to TikTok. Had he not split his time, he wouldn't have saw the huge bump that he did for his brand. So sometimes being in the right place at the right time is all you need to get that little boost in your business, but you can't necessarily be at the right place, right time if your product is not at those places, aka on Amazon, on TikTok, on Shopify, on social media. Does A+ content replace the description? Yes. What is a CPA? It's a certified tax person to file your taxes. How much profit have you made just this month? Well, considering it's the end of the month, 6 figures. Level 24. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Airstick. Luke, I have a buddy sitting here with me. He has a question. Have him ask, bro. Let's get it. Knowledge. The Knowledge Nexus. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you. Do you sell used conditioned products too? No. How do you market better than your competitors? By differentiating my product from the competition, by adding value into the market. David, what up on the YT chat? Good to see you. Appreciate everybody in the YT chat vibing, just listening to me answer questions, and everybody who liked. Can you check a product for me? Today, no, just because, like I said, that is something exclusive to the mentorship students analyzing products. If I finish your mentorship, how long would it take for me to make 10K profit on a 5K investment? Hamid, you've been in the lives long enough, bro. You know that I can't actually answer this question. That depends on the product that you choose. That depends on how quick you negotiate with suppliers. That depends on how much you're able to get your cost of goods down, get your shipping down. That's going to depend on how good your conversion is, how fast you can push for reviews. So a lot of the answers to that question is going to depend on you, brother. It depends on the success of the first product. It depends. Do you have to launch another product in order to get to that? How big is the market of the first product that you're launching in? I know everybody, and I would get more students. I would think about how many more viewers or views I would get if I could guarantee, oh guys, you're going to make 10K profit in this amount of time if you invest this much money. It's just not the reality of business. Go watch my second to last video. There's things that happen in business that are just outside of our control. And that is why the FTC, the government organization who regulates things like this, actually says that be weary of anybody who guarantees that you can make X amount of money in this amount of time, because it is against FTC guidelines. Those people get in trouble legally. Why would you not recommend selling bedding and duvets? Because it's not saturated. It's too much of a, it's too overly competitive, high average reviews, too established of competitors. You're not going to perform well as a low reviewed seller. Too many variations, high return rates, sizes. If you don't have king, twin, queen, all the different sizes, then now you have to order even more inventory. What was the best way you used to profit on Amazon? Private label, sticking to the fundamentals. There's no magic thing that anybody's going to tell you guys. It's just sticking to the fundamentals. It's good business. It's the things that make virtually every business grow. A good product, a good product listing, good marketing, good funnels, good follow-ups, good customer service. Like, the things have not changed. They've just evolved and formed to these new platforms that we have, the internet, Amazon, TikTok. But the things that made a successful business before, maybe not the strategies, right? Because like email marketing isn't what's used today. Oh, actually, yes, it is. Newsletters and radio isn't as prevalently used today. It's different forms of media. Meanwhile, all the fundamentals are still the same. Hannah, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Get my product launched before TikTok ban. I mean, I would be working on something, bro. Like, you don't want to be in a position where, if God forbid, remember, pray for the best, expect the worst. You don't want to be in a position where if TikTok goes dark and all of a sudden you're relying on, let's say, 10K from TikTok from your products, and then all of a sudden TikTok goes dark. Well, that 10K is gone. And now you have to start 60 days later trying to build up that Amazon thing, rather than having a 60-day head start. Rather than, think about when you had joined previously, November or something, having a 4 or 5 month head start on the game. Product research is easy, just takes a long time. Yes, it is a numbers game, aka a time game. Which markets are you recommending besides USA? I just, number one, USA. I would focus there. I would start there. I would scale there. Best method. I answered that. Brother, my power was out last 2 days. Yeah. How can I start? How much money should I invest in the beginning? Minimum 3,500. Bro, lock in. My God, dude. At the end of the day, it is time to lock in. Shifts like this shifts like this in the world could potentially be where a lot of people go out of business, and could also be potentially where a lot of people make a lot of money. So the beauty of it is we kind of get to decide. Like, I actually saw a video that I loved. Hold on. I saw a video that I loved, and somebody tried to tell one of my buddies, like, oh, you were only successful because COVID and everybody saw that COVID was a great opportunity to make money. And my buddy's response was like, then where are you at, bro? Like, if I'm successful because of these external factors and you knew about these external factors, why are you not in the same position that I'm in? So you got to seize the moment. Nay, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. What documents are you providing for FBA for Section 3 violation? I don't get hit with Section 3 violations. I do private label. It's not really a thing for private label sellers. Email marketing is higher converting form of advertising still, I thought. Yeah, like I misspoke. Email marketing is still good. That's why I switched it to radio or like newsletters or something like that. Gonna watch the whole playback. It was a good one. Did you see the video of the girl with the stroller bags? No. I just posted my second to last video on my TikTok. I stitched her video. So if you guys wanted to find her video, you can go look at the TikTok. If you also wanted to see my response to her, I think it was a very interesting. I think it's a very interesting situation. I think it's very unfortunate as well. An awful situation, too many grifters giving zero genuine help in teaching. You know, there's two sides of it, bro, because the only reason why I made a video response to that video was because it really rubbed me the wrong way. If really true that she paid $15K for that program, and the fact that like she was going through it, got kicked out of the group to no longer ask questions. Like I think that's wild. If you're going to do that, at least refund her 15 G's. But the thing that I didn't like, because I'll say both sides of it, was she made a comment like, oh, you know, all these modules in the course and they don't talk about the review grifting or whatever, the review manipulation. And it's like, that's just kind of like part of the game. You know that Amazon is favorable to the returns for customers. You know that the customer always wins when it comes to returns. And so that's why you have to pick a good product market, and that you also have to make sure that you're showing everything in your listing. Make sure that you are vetting the market, of course, as well as checking the quality of the product. I think, unfortunately, the scenario with her product was people are just going to buy it, travel with it, kind of like we saw in her video, and then never use it again. And so they're going to just go return it, especially people who don't really like travel very often. They buy a stroller bag for a plane, then they're not going to take a trip for 3 years. Why would they keep that stroller bag? Boom, return it. It's unfortunate that people do that. So I don't think that side of it was on anybody. But I do think the fact that like when she was like, hey guys, like, you know, maybe expressing what was going on, that was kicked out of the group. So I don't think it's a perfect scenario that like there's blame to be assigned to anyone, because, you know, this is a very extreme point of view, and I don't literally mean it, but it's the concept, it's the mindset. Everything in life is your fault. Even, you know, somebody rear ends you on the road, you can be like, well, that was 100% their fault. I could do nothing about it. Well, you were going the speed that you were going. You left at the house at the time that you did. You went the route, you drove the route that you decided to drive. So it's not like you were alleviated of any responsibility in that situation. Now, again, that is the very extreme side of it. Of course, more blame is on the person who rear ends you, right? But the point is, you know, that product market, this isn't necessarily reflective on the high return rate, but the product market, I would have never even launched that product based on a good product criteria, which I've made a few recent videos about on the criteria that I use and why I use it. So I don't like the blame game. I respect her for venting and telling her story and just needing to get it off her chest. That's why, like I said, I offered the help that I did. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go watch the second to last video that I posted. Not something where I'm just offering. Well, I do offer free help. I go on these lives every day. But yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. Maybe she doesn't even reach out, which I think would also be a little bit of a missed opportunity because I have some ideas on how to help her. If I still have FBA account with RA open and running good metrics, could I use it for private label? You could, but I wouldn't want to mix private label and arbitrage. How do you find cheap logistics? Contact other freight forwarders and get quotes, bro. I created my own freight forwarder, so I just use them. But there's like Parcel Monkey, there's Freightos, there's Forwarder One. Get quotes from your manufacturer, get quotes from other freight forwarders, compare, try to negotiate the prices from the lowest quote that you got. How much do you spend on ads a month? A lot, like tens of thousands. What was the single biggest reason that made you want to succeed in your business so badly? Out of necessity, bro. I think I don't know. I think that this did have another big factor into my success on Amazon, but my back was against the wall and I was at rock bottom. There's really not much. There's nowhere else to go but up at that point. I could have stayed where I was, or I could have went up. It was one of those like no lose situations. If I invested $4,900 in Amazon and failed, which I wasn't even thinking about failing, it was only winning on my mind. But if I had invested that $4,900 and failed and lost all that money, what was going to happen to me? Was I going to go broke? Oh, wait, I was already broke. Was I going to lose my house and go and sleep on somebody's couch? Oh, wait, I was already sleeping on my best friend's couch. Was I going to lose my car? Oh, wait, I didn't have a car and I didn't have a license. Back against the wall, like I was the party kid. I was doing all these things. So number one, it was out of necessity and need. I'll tell, because I have to figure out how to like make it like truly story tell it, to do it justice, to tell this story in the way that I want. But also for my mom, I had left home because of some family drama. It had nothing to do with my mom. It was a different situation. And like there was, times, yeah, I'm not even going to say the exact memories, but there's memories that I have of, being young and seeing my mom struggling. She never showed it to me that she was struggling, but I saw things that, maybe wasn't intended for me to see or hear. And those things like stuck with me a lot. And then a big thing was, I remember I had just got home from work after working for my cousin's Amazon business. I had started my Amazon business at this point, but I was still sleeping on my best friend's couch. I remember talking to my mom. Something was going on at the time. I remember getting like a little bit emotional and just telling her like, Mom, I promise you one day, God willing, that I'm like, you're going to be good. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to repay you for everything that you've ever done for me. It's cute because even at the stage that I'm at now, my mom like feels, because she's my mom, like the parent, doesn't like, she's like, no, why are you giving me this? You have to make sure that you're good. I'm like, Ma, it's time for me to give it back to you. So those two things out of necessity. I didn't want to sleep on somebody's couch for the rest of my life. I knew I wanted to be successful. I knew I wanted to actually go experience life and live life, not be part of the rat race. I know that's like a thing that people say, but when I say it, it's like, I don't think that there's anything wrong with having a job. I don't think that like you have to put food on the table. I don't think, you know what I'm saying? Like, what else are you going to do? You're going to not work, or you're going to have a job. So it's like, okay, that's that concept of the rat race is a little silly. But when I refer to it, I mean, like, I don't believe that we were put on this earth to wake up, go to work, be stressed about work, come home, be stressed because we're stressed about work, and then wake up, we do watch a little Netflix, wake up and rinse and repeat the cycle. For most of us to not really have experiences outside of our circle, experiences outside of our, very small network that we may have, the people we're comfortable with, not seeing the world. A lot of people, not even leaving their zip code. You're telling me this beautiful world, the oceans, the mountains, the islands, the people, the cultures, all of this, and I was just destined to work behind an office or a cubicle or at a warehouse. Surely that was not the purpose of life. Now you have to work, you have to do all those things to put food on the table, to support your family, to live life, to not, be unhoused, as they call it nowadays. But I think that if you can break out of that cycle, that's what I refer to as the rat race. You can actually live life. How long normally for it to arrive at the port to the carrier? Custom clearance, like a week or two. How to work with you. To be one of my mentorship students, check out the AMZ Masterclass mentorship program in the TikTok bio. How much shipping cost per kilogram is good at this time? I think I'm a little spoiled, bro, because I don't pay more than $1.50 with my freight forwarder. Sometimes it's $1, sometimes it's 90 cents, sometimes it's $1.20. Reorder starting to come in, already getting sales before AMZ fully process the units. Guess your advice played out. Let's go, Jordan. God bless you, bro. One of the mentorship students. Man, I just watched the video. When I get money, I want to financially help those kind of people. Yeah, man. I hope she does reach out. I think that would be cool. I mean, God bless everybody for wishing her well, but wishing her well is not gonna help her sell those products. So y'all make sure you go drop a like, drop a comment, drop a share on that video so that we can get it popping so she can see it. What up, John? Follow Lugan, watch all his videos. You'll be 51% there. Nice. Facebook, what about Facebook? I learned a lot before even joining the mentorship. Let's go. He tells it all just at high level. Yes, sir. Man, I can't wait to quit my job, God willing. God willing. Love from Pakistan. God bless you, bro. All my people from Pakistan. A big portion of my workforce is from Pakistan, and I'm like, even on like my YouTube, it's my second largest country who watches my videos outside of the US. The support and the love from Pakistan is real, so I appreciate all of y'all. Did you just say unhoused? That's the new term. Yeah, I guess you're not like allowed. You're not. So it's not politically correct to say homeless anymore. Obviously, I don't care about being politically correct. I was just joking around. Do you do OA or wholesale? Neither. I do private label. If you live in Europe and you do FBA US, can you send European Amazon or need US Amazon? You can do both. I would recommend US. Can you please talk about what is required to sell baby category? You just need a CPC test. I'm blanking on the name, but it stands for CPC. And you can get this from your manufacturer. It's essentially just a safety test. What's the first step to start? Create an Amazon seller account. I'm your regular viewer. Let's go, bro. I appreciate you. Did you ever do OA or wholesale before private label? Not before, no. Those business models are a waste of time, in my opinion. Doesn't make them not good. My opinion doesn't mean it applies for everybody. Just a waste of my time. How do you look into distributors? Well, considering I do private label, I go on Alibaba, I search for the product that I want to get manufactured, and results pop up. What video did I miss? Jordan, the second to last video that I posted on my channel. Talk about there was this video that I saw yesterday. One of my followers actually sent it to me on TikTok. This girl essentially lost over like 20 G's selling a product. Well, she lost 15 G's on the course that she paid for and that they kicked her out of when she started asking questions. Allegedly, that's what the video says, so that's what I'm going to base it off of. And then she obviously lost the money on the product. She did well from what I heard. She hit 10K, but then got slammed with bad reviews. She didn't learn. She just lost when she quit. She should have launched a better product. Yeah, what's funny, Airstick, is you and I have talked about somebody that like that mindset kind of reminds me of. I'll just leave it at that. Where like that's not what makes listen, at the end of the day, like I'm gonna assume the best, and just like she was venting, I would probably want to vent too. If she reaches out and wants help to try to fix the issue, then I would take it as like, just a venting moment, wanting to, because at the end of the video, she does mention, you could tell she was saying her frustration. And she also was just like, hey, you guys got to consider who you guys are returning these products from. Like, it's not Amazon. It's not this behemoth of a company where you think like, oh, whatever, they can handle it. Like when you return that LED light strip, or when you return that photo box or that cup, and you used it for a week and stuff like that, and then you go return it, like you're not sticking it to Amazon. You're sticking it to someone like me, someone like that lady in the video, someone like Airstick who sells his products on Amazon. So yeah, I don't know, that it's an interesting one. It's one of the reasons why Amazon is the largest e-commerce platform in the world, because they're so trusted. People can feel safe buying products on Amazon. There's just ways to go about it. I also think she's in a very unique situation where she got a lot of traction on her story, where she can turn this loss into a big win. So we will see. So you consider private label is better? 110%. It's not that I consider it better. It's that statistically it's better. It doesn't make the other ones bad. Doesn't make them not able to work. But statistically, if we were looking at it objectively, analytically, how about this? Let's break it down. I'm going to say two different things. I'll be vague. You guys will probably be able to guess what it is. And you tell me which business model sounds better. We have two, business model A and B. So business model A has higher profit margins. You have control over business A. So you're able to not just click copy and paste, but you're able to actually improve the listing. You're able to improve the product. You're able to push for more reviews. You win. You control the traffic. So you're not you may be competing with other sellers in the market on business A, but you're not competing on the same exact listing and hoping to get the buy box, where if you don't get the buy box, you're not going to get a majority of the sales. Or if there's someone who has better wholesale pricing than you and can absolutely crush you on pricing, I guess I kind of spoiled it, but better wholesale pricing than you, can just absolutely tank the price of the market and now leaves you with your tail between your legs. Okay. The business model where everybody says that advertising is a bad thing, but advertising is actually the reason why I can go from 10,000 a month to 20,000 a month to 30,000 a month to 40,000 a month on one given product, potentially, right? That's not a guarantee. But if I'm making $10,000 a month from 5 keywords that I'm bidding on in my PPC campaigns, what happens when I add 5 more keywords that convert well, or 10 more keywords that convert well? And then also the business model where even after advertising, it still has higher profit margins than the other two business models. Also, business A, when you build it up to say $100,000 or $500,000 in yearly profit, EBITDA, you can go sell that product or sell that business for a 2 to 5x multiple. But with business B, because you're not selling products or entities that you own, you really can't sell that brand or sell that entity, because somebody could really just come in and there's nothing proprietary. If you sell Crest, if you sell Colgate, if you sell these people, insert getting a wholesaler and then selling those products, and I'll just be on the same buy box that you're on. Why would I buy your business? So yeah, you don't actually create really IP. There's so many reasons, bro. Shaniza, thank you so much for the follow. How much investment for a healthy start? I would say 3,500 to 4K. What's going on with the lady? Yeah, go watch my second to last video. Like Airstick said, does it feel like to not have to worry about income? Oh, what does it feel like to not have to worry about income? You want to know something funny, bro? Uh, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm pretty transparent. Yeah, that's literally what I was about to say, bro. So he said, not worry about income never happens. Yeah, it's like a weird. I think that I've put myself into a different rat race, I guess you could say. Um, yeah, bro, it's like just always being hungry, not always being grateful for what you have, but always being hungry for more, never wanting to lose what you have, never wanting to go go to zero. You know what I mean? Um, always the need to innovate and the need to not stay stagnant. I've seen what happens when businesses go stagnant. I've seen businesses that are seven-figure businesses that they have the up and up and up and up every year, and then all of a sudden they go down and down and down and down and down. So yeah, you gotta stay hungry. Always be grateful, but stay hungry. It shouldn't be a thing where it's like, man, I'm only at 100,000, and there's people who do 500,000 and a million and stuff like that. Like, thank you God for getting me to 100,000. How do we get to 500, right? How can I use your freight forwarder? It's only exclusive to my AMC Masterclass mentorship students, my guy. So only for students that I actually create. The freight forwarder would not exist if it wasn't for them. I know what you're asking, but you learn to crave the process, not the prize. Yeah. You look like the most honest FBA advisor, and I've watched a lot of. I'll join your mentorship as soon as I can. God bless you, bro. I appreciate you. There's some other honest ones out there, but like in my journey, it's no, I won't even talk about this part. But in my journey, there was a lot of people that even I saw who. How do I put this? I don't want to like sound like I'm subtweeting someone because I don't have anybody in mind. But there was like a lot of people that I saw who they maybe were the most popular creators but didn't have the best information, and then but there was also a lot of really genuine creators. TikTok wasn't really around to the degree back then, so it was YouTube then. There was a lot of really good genuine creators, and when I started to make content, I had those kind of creators that I learned from, and I also had my cousins who were my mentors that I learned from. And it was like I like words can't even describe how much those people helped me along my journey and how much it meant to me. And so like it would almost like be an insult to not share that same information in the same type of way to other people. There's that side, and then it would also be like an insult to the journey if I made content, but made content that was the complete opposite of the content that helped me along my journey so much. So I'm not the flashy creator. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be flashy. I don't care about the views. I don't care about, because I'll get advice from people in the social media space who say, bro, you got to go buy a car, you got to go do this so that you can sell more courses. And I'm like, I don't want to sell more courses at the expense of being somebody that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, if people are going to join my course, they're going to join it because of the information that I provide, the value that I provide, not because I show some flashy thing. It's not even what I'm about, anyways. I'm going to remind you of this because I know you'll be there quickly. Yes, sir. Luke, I'll be happy if I can sell one product a day. Yeah, bro, you should screenshot that. How about flip? I don't know what do you mean by flip? I listen regularly, have gained some good insights. I appreciate it. I appreciate that, Mexican. I'm glad that you've been able to get some value from the content. My mentality is pray for the best, expect the worst. Nah, bro, just pray for the best. That's it. Especially when it comes to business. Just pray for the best. Pray for the best and do your best. Put in the most amount of work. I just don't like the I just don't like the mentality of going into it. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. This is your one chance to have this thought. It's obvious you can fail in business. Okay, so now that we all understand that, there's a probability that lightning might strike at any given day. We just know that stepping outside, but you don't think about that every time you step outside. It would be kind of silly to do that. So just like, who's playing in the Super Bowl? The Chiefs, right? I don't watch football. The Chiefs, whoever the guy, I sound so dumb. Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to go into the Super Bowl thinking, okay, guys, we're going to hope we win, but we're going to expect that we lose. No, absolutely not. They would just lose the game. That you lose the game before you start. You go in thinking that you're going to win. You go in with a game plan on how to win. You go in with the fundamentals that you've practiced day in and day out on what will get you to the finish line. And if you lose, you lose. Again, it's a given that you might go into a game, go into a match and lose. You don't think about it. Once you hit 100 sales, you're going to crave more trust. Yup. Kevin, thank you for sharing the live, bro. Digital marketing has gotten out of hand on here. Everyone has an ebook via MLM. I haven't seen any ebooks via MLM, but I guess it's just the algorithm, what you look at. My algorithm just talks about the TikTok ban and crazy world events. What's the best way to get started if I have a 9-to-5? Yo, that's such a funny comment, bro. Yo, that is actually such a fire comment. I don't know where you heard that, Kevin, but I love that. I don't even know if I can repeat it out loud on TikTok, but very great. But the best way to get started, Vincent, is with a 9-to-5 is the same way everybody else starts, because it'd be pretty hard to start Amazon without a 9-to-5, because it's not a business that you're going to be profitable making money on in a month. So you just create an account, you start doing product research, you work on your spare time. I would guess that even with a 9-to-5 job, you still have anywhere from 5 to 6 hours of spare time a day. If you have a family, let's call it 3 hours. 70% of marriages fail, yet people still get married. Your chances of DYING is 100%, but you still live. I love that one. Facts. It's the truth. No one finishes this game alive. We all end up in the same place. I'm currently sitting at my job watching you and taking notes. There are ways to make it happen. Yes, there are. Where there's a will, there's a way. All right. And, I have this weird thought that very much so contradicts itself, that I think everybody is capable of starting a business. I don't think everybody is meant nor should go start a business. So there's two sides of it. Not everybody was meant to be the number one position somewhere. Maybe you were meant to be the number 2, the number 3, the number 7, the number 10, the number 20. And that's not an insult. The number 7 person at Facebook is still a multimillionaire, right? You don't have to be Zucks to still be successful. But not everybody was meant to be a Mark Zuckerberg. That being said, I also don't think everybody can go start a Facebook level business, but I do think everybody can start like an e-commerce business. If I was able to do it, then I do think most people can. What do you think about the quick money online with people making millions with meme coins? I don't like talking about crypto, bro. It's gambling at the end of the day. It's like you're rolling the dice. The reason I don't like talking about crypto is because all the accounts who pretend to be me try to scam people with crypto. So if I start talking about crypto, those people will be like, it'll be heaven for them. Also, my phone's about to die, so I think my only regret will be if I fail on an Amazon product, doesn't succeed, and I don't try again. Yes, sir. All right, everybody, let's actually charge this before it dies so I can sign off. If y'all like the videos and you guys like the lives and want a more in-depth guide on how to sell on Amazon, be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program in the TikTok bio. No, it did not die. It just paused because it asked me if I wanted to trust my computer. So if you guys want a more in-depth guide, check out the AMZ Masterclass. That is in the TikTok bio. And make sure you go show some love to my last couple videos. Posted some gems on the page. God bless y'all, and I will see y'all soon. We got a delay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll see you soon. TikTok. YouTube. Appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Bro, like I said, to use my freight forwarder, that's only available for the mentorship students. But YouTube, if you guys like the lives, you guys like the videos, be sure to go show some love to them and subscribe, because I am on the journey to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. But be sure to check out the AMZ Masterclass Mentorship Program for a more in-depth guide, and I will see y'all soon.